Welcome back to the Kindred Kinfolk podcast. It's your favorite cousin, Tiara D.
And it's her favorite cousin, Kaylin.
And it's her favorite cousin, Quay.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
I'm doing
good,
hanging in there.
That's good. That's awesome. Well, we got a guest in the building with us today. We got this lovely guest that's coming in, rediscovering the lost art of romance, stylishly creative, and keeping the spark alive. Mr. Lequinn Capel, welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Welcome.
I appreciate it.
So, Lequinn, you are soon to be published author.
Yes.
Of a new book.
Yes.
Called Breadcrumb.
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
So tell us about the book. What inspired this nice penmanship that we're about to be blessed with?
The idea of the book came from seeing my mom deal with a bunch of people who didn't treat her all the best. And my affinity for movies. You know, when you grow up, you look at movies and it's like, this is how Hollywood says you're supposed to be in relationships. We also come to realize that those are fabrications that people put on paper, right? Scripts.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of took a little bit of that and applied it to life, just to see how it works. Like I had, many failed relationships in the past and decided to try to do something different. So by doing something different, I tried an approach that I kind of came up with on my own and then started sharing it with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then once friends started coming back, were like, hey, this worked. That was a good idea. You should start telling more people about it. And the more guys I talked to, I realized more guys, they don't have any idea of how to date people. Us guys need all the help. So, I'm just keeping it honest.
Y'all guys need all the help. What he said. Did y'all catch that?
We need all the help. Yeah, we need all the help. And
guys,
it's been an idea for 15 years probably, but never knew how to put it on paper.
Mm. Yeah.
So
I can see that.
I talked to a couple of friends and they kind of got me on the path to how to start. And once I started, I didn't stop.
I love it. Nice. Sweet. So do you really think that romance is a lost art?
I think it is because especially guys, we focus on the big things, birthdays, holidays, anniversaries even.
Mm-hmm.
What happens in the middle of May or what happens in the middle of August? Nothing really happens. It's like we kind of wait for those big days to kind of show up, but we forget to show up in the midst of those other random moments.
Right. Like, let me do some romantic shit on a random Tuesday.
Yeah. Like, you just, you wake up like I was telling a friend, like, so he came to me at work one day and he was like, hey, like, I hadn't done anything for my lady in a while. I'm like, first off, what is a while? What are we talking about? And he's like, it's been a couple months. And I'm like, bro, first off, I need you to do better.
Man.
Because
loving the accountability.
Like the idea of breadcrumbing don't have to be you spending money. It could be very something so small, right? So I told him to go home, take a sticky note, right? Write a little note. And when he leave for work the next day, put the sticky note on the bathroom mirror and just leave. So when his wife comes into the bathroom, she will see the sticky note on the mirror. I'll just say, "You got this," or "I love you."
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right? A breadcrumb can be that small.
Yeah.
And he came back the next day with like, man, like her mood was up all day. It's like, yeah, like you show her that you appreciate her just by doing something so small. It costs you nothing.
That's true. But I think in women, speaking as a woman, a single woman out here, actively dating, I think that when a lot of times as women, like we get so conditioned to not even look for the romantic stuff that I feel like a lot of times that's why the guys don't do it no more. Like on the birthdays, yeah, like we kind of expect it on the birthday, a holiday,
Right.
but we don't put that pressure on a man to do something random on a Tuesday. Women, we can be romantic too, you know, at times. I feel like we are a little bit more romantic than the men folk because we might think of something random to do on a random Tuesday, but y'all, men, I also don't require a whole lot of romantic stuff. Like you can cook a man some spaghetti and he gonna think it's the best thing in the world.
It's the best thing ever,
I
right?
mean, y'all so easy to please.
Where's the plate and the garlic bread?
Y'all so easy to please. Like, I don't understand. Like, goodness, Lord, like, why we couldn't be this easy to please? Just spaghetti and garlic bread. That's what that man said. He would be happy with that.
Man, that's all he asked for.
You see?
I know a lot of times females say that guys are complex and difficult. And I don't think so. I think guys are very simple. They typically want 3 things. And if they can get 2 of those 3 things, I think they'll be fine.
That's easy for you to say, though. I do think that that's a little bit easy for you to say that you think men are simple, but from a woman to us, you all are complex to us, and vice versa. But I mean, I get it on both ends. Like, yes, there are some things that, you know, I could spend hours talking to my husband and I'd be like, that's all you meant? Yeah. Well, all right. You know, like I get it on some aspect. And sometimes the simplest things really do like seem to just hit the mark for y'all. But it's in that simplicity that confuses us sometimes. We're like, that can't be it. Is that all for real?
When you buy a desk, right? You buy a desk off Amazon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you jump straight to step 15?
Baby, look, I give it to my husband. I'm not finna.
No, just period. Just if you put anything together, do you follow the steps or do you jump to the part where you think you're gonna get stuck at?
I'm the wrong person to ask this question, just so y'all know.
I like to read ahead. Honestly, when I put stuff together, I like to read ahead so I know what I'm getting to.
Right.
But I've also watched men who refuse to follow instructions and just look at the picture and feel like they could just build it based off the picture.
Right.
Yeah, see, that was the answer that I was trying not to give because I am that person. I'll just start putting pieces together. I'm sorry. I am.
Yeah.
I own it.
So the reason I say guys are simple because you can follow very simple things and that guy's going to be fine.
I don't know if they be fine or they just be quiet because they'll hold on to some shit. And it'll be some random conflict, and then they bring up when you just did this bare minimum. I'm like, oh well, you said that, or I thought you liked it. I thought that was fine.
Yeah,
like y'all, I think that's a man thing. Like y'all will hold on to something until it's a problem. It's fine just then. But
I do think that's part of that is communication too. I think that's like a lack of communication. If he just like doesn't say anything and something really is bothering him, that's that man's responsibility to speak up and advocate for his own feelings. Not saying that like you did anything wrong in that situation, but
oh no, I'm just saying like it's I mean that happens more often with men, and maybe it's the whole men don't like to be confrontational thing, but it's fine until it's not. Or a man will say like it's fine, like, but women, we're more conditioned to know it's a problem right now. We finna handle this problem right now.
Yeah,
I think that's because guys just move on with it. You know what I'm saying? We don't forget about it, but like you rarely hear a guy say, I'm overwhelmed. Right? When the last time you heard a guy say, I'm overwhelmed?
Last week.
What?
Oh, really?
At work?
I mean, he asked the question.
I mean, that's crazy. I've never really heard a guy say that he's overwhelmed with anything.
You got to ask her what she did. What did you do?
I feel like, and this is the same thing with men and women, if the space is safe enough to express those feelings and emotions, then there's no issues with communicating that I'm overwhelmed.
Right.
But if the space is not safe to where I can be in my vulnerable moment and express that I don't got all my shit together right now, and I'm like reeling, and I just need you to sit with me while I reel for a little bit. If I can't trust that he will take that and not use it against me later or throw it up in my face like, oh my gosh, what could you possibly be reeling about? And just listen, because sometimes we just want somebody to hear and not have any response, if that makes sense. So if
We
this
listen and we don't judge.
yeah, so if the space is safe enough, I feel like for both men and women, you can say that I'm overwhelmed. But if you haven't shown up for that person or made the space safe, they will have problems expressing their life's day to day or whatever may be going on in their life because they feel like they will be judged for it.
Right. I agree with that. I see where you're going with that. So, LaQuinn, why use Hansel and Gretel as, I guess, a metaphor for breadcrumb?
So the Hansel and Gretel concept is like, for them, they drop breadcrumbs to find their way back home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it didn't work out in the book that way. You know what I'm saying? The birds came and started eating the breadcrumbs. But I think the concept stood true. Like, I think if you drop a breadcrumb, you can find your way back to where you first started your relationship at. You know what I'm saying? It won't lose its spark or its, you know what I'm saying, it's positive vibes.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes back to what I was saying as far as, so my birthday is Valentine's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Oh, Casanova.
so Valentine's Day is the day that guys are expected to show up, right? You know what I'm saying? You're going to be some furniture moving if you show up empty-handed, right? just keeping it a buck, right? We're adults here. We can agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say your lady's birthday is in September. If you don't drop any breadcrumb, if you don't drop any small gestures in that time frame, she's gonna be grumpy as hell. You might find yourself in the doghouse.
Oh.
You might be sleeping on the couch because she ain't gonna be happy.
Nah.
And then you have Christmas, right? So you've
Mm-hmm.
kind of haven't done nothing all year. So I figured out, okay, if you do small acts of kindness throughout the year and not do the same thing over and over again, so you plan the breadcrumb by season, they won't seem stale, right? Like if it's fall, you can go to a pumpkin patch or a fall festival, right? It can be like a small little day out,
Yeah.
but it'll be appreciated, right? Or if it's in the winter, you can hit a ice rink, or you know what I'm saying, go to a festival of lights.
Mm-hmm.
Like those type of things go further than just hanging out, right? Like hanging out is forgettable. Like, oh, what did we do Saturday? I can't remember. I think we just stayed in the house and watched TV. That makes nobody happy, right? So I called it breadcrumbs because really in the past, breadcrumbs has been taken as a negative thing, right? That's to string people along. Like, I'm going to give her just enough to stay around. And I kind of want to turn that on its head. I kind of want to turn the negative thought of breadcrumbing somebody into a positive.
Oh, so like the find your way back home aspect of it, as opposed to the drop it in the birds eat it up. I get that.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
Reappropriating the word.
it's just flipping it, because if you tell somebody, yeah, I'm just breadcrumbing somebody, it's taken negatively. Like I'm just giving this person just enough to keep them around, keep them fed, and then you kind of don't do anything for them, and then you drop something else. I'm just thinking about that more in a positive situation and keeping that person happy and, ultimately blissful in your relationship.
Yeah. So I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question for Kay.
What's up?
Kay, what does romance look like for you as a single woman?
I don't like low effort Men. I was about to say the N word.
I knew it. I heard
I do. I'm trying
Speak
to.
your truth, cousin.
Okay.
I'm trying not to be unhinged, but I hate a low effort ass nigga. Like, and you don't have to set yourself on fire, jump through hoops with me. It's very simple. I would prefer somebody write me a handwritten note as opposed to going out buying me a present. Like,
Right.
it's just the thoughtfulness. Like, because I know that on the other end, I am the type of person, if I'm out shopping and I see something you like, even if it's your favorite chip or whatever, and we finna have like a movie night or something, I'm gonna pick it up for you. Why? Because the connection that we have when I see something, I'm now considering you
Yeah,
in.
that person instantly pops up in your head.
Yes, like,
yeah, right.
so if I'm at the store and I see maybe a shirt that you like, I'm gonna grab it for you. There doesn't have to be a rhyme or reason. It's just what it is.
Right.
But like, you can't write a note. Blows the fuck out of me. Like,
Can he send a text message?
Baby, look, the way these young folks is set up, they can barely write, for goodness sake. Like, what you talking about?
I mean, even the text message.
I swear.
I mean, yeah, I'm about to say, even if it's Ebonics, hey, the note is still in your purse and it's still showing that you're thinking about that person.
Like text message, even because I know with the one guy that I dated, like, we would send songs to each other, like different songs that we felt reminded each other either of each other or like our situation or something like that. And it's just no words. We was just playing like silent karaoke with each other. But it's like,
and see, I love that.
I love it too.
and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's different. It doesn't take a lot. It's not expensive. Like,
Nope.
just be thoughtful and considerate. Like, and I feel like what happens is a lot of times men will jump through hoops, do all of the things, buy flowers, all in the beginning. Because new relationship energy is very real. People think it's not a thing, but it's very real.
Yep.
And after a while, when it's not such a new relationship, you stop doing the things that you did to get that person.
Yeah.
But people fail to realize is, and I tell people all the time when they meet me, don't introduce me to something that you cannot maintain.
I swear.
I would appreciate it if you just kept it real up front. If you can't afford to buy me flowers every week, then don't buy me flowers. Like, because I'm not asking. But the fact that don't gaslight me and make it seem like it's nothing to you to buy me flowers every week, and then you buy me flowers 2 weeks in a row, and then I don't see nothing else.
See,
because you got me where you wanted me to be.
That's it.
And I tell people, so I wouldn't do things like that, right? Like if you do something on a regular basis, right? Like she said, like buy you flowers every week, right? That appreciation turns into expectation.
Yeah.
And when you don't do it, it's an issue.
Right.
Right?
Definitely.
So you can over do something for a person just like somebody can overdo something for you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's good to like not space them out like a lot, but put some space in between those gestures so those gestures mean something.
No, agree.
Because
gestures don't always have to be grand though. Like it can be something.
That's the point. That's the point. Breadcrumbs are small things.
Yeah. It could be something, small, but the effort, like I'm with you, Kay, that effort has to be there. Like you said a handwritten note, and
right.
Cringe-worthy things to me is a man's handwriting when it just look crazy. So if I can't read it, you don't got to write it for me. Write her the note. You can send me a text message. And baby, if you want to get thoughtful, you can even log into that email and you can email me.
We not finna do that.
And that'll just set my soul on fire. Because you jumped through that hoop to get on that email just to send that to me. Yeah. Just hit me with the, hey, baby, check your email. Okay, daddy, I'm on it. What you say?
Not the daddy.
Yeah, it might be because you send me an email. That's real professional. Like, and I like that shit because nobody ever did it before. Just do something that nobody has ever done before. Cause see, me, I would consider myself I'm a doer. Just like you said, Kay. Like if I'm if I go somewhere or whatever, if I think you're gonna look good in it, I'm gonna get it. If I know you like it, I'm gonna buy it, whatever. Not everything and not, all the time. But like if I come across something, I will do that. Like I am a doer. At the same time, like I need you to do too. It ain't always got, you don't always got to buy me nothing. You could slap that light bill. You could slap that water bill. You could call them people and tell them like, hey, this the address and this the amount. Put this on there and, do something like it can be something so subtle or so simple. And it doesn't always have to be money. Like I think a lot of people get caught up in
Oh,
the money aspect of romance. Like, oh, take me to dinner, bitch, cook. Like, let me tell y'all something. I would appreciate a man that can't cook and tried. We're not gonna eat that though. We're not gonna eat that.
Nah, we ain't finna do
But I
that.
would appreciate a man that can't cook and tried to be romantic, as opposed to a man that just sit and wait for me to do it or wait for me to show my romance in that way. Do something different, nigga. Do something. Pick this mop up if you ain't never mopped the floor before. It might be dirty when you finish, but at least it's the thought that counts. Take some
yeah,
pressure off the woman. That is romantic, and I think that men don't realize that taking a little bit of responsibility or pressure off for a woman is probably one of the most romantic things that you could do for a woman.
I definitely put that in the book for
Yes,
sure.
do that. Fold them clothes.
yeah,
But I feel like
Lighten that plate a little bit.
yeah.
Yes.
it
Take
goes
you a
both
long way.
ways, though. It definitely goes both ways. Like if y'all are in it together and y'all are both dating, because I feel like no relationship should be one sided. So if you at his house and you see he washing clothes, fold up a few. Like you don't have to do. I'm not saying do his laundry, but if you see something that needs to be done and it'll help him out, there's a couple of dishes in the sink. Okay, you in the kitchen, wash a few, because it's those acts of appreciation that he'll remember. She didn't have to wash my dishes, but she did. She didn't have to fold my drawers, but you know what? She did. Like, you know what? Like, it's just simple things like that. And that's me. Like,
Yeah.
it's never always like, if I see that you have been working sun up to sundown and I come over to your house and it's not necessarily the cleanest, while we're hanging out, watching movies or whatever, I'm going to just be straightening up. And it's not something that you have to ask me to do. I just know that you're tired.
Yeah.
And if you come to my house and you know that I've been under a lot of pressure and there's stuff that's out of place, I wouldn't mind if you took the trash out or it's just, but to just come down and just sit like and just be like, oh well, what's going on here? Why your house dirty? Like, get the fuck out. Like
Not get the fuck out.
like
First off, it's disrespectful to go to somebody's house like why your house dirty. First off,
I mean, but you'd be surprised. But
you
for
might
me,
want to check yourself at the door. You might want to check yourself at the
Yeah,
door.
agreed.
but
Right.
for me, I tell men all the time, I don't really cook. I mean, I can and I will. I can order you a mean dinner, but I'm not finna be doing all of that. I can order you a mean dinner.
Not a mean dinner.
A mean dinner.
Not the meanest dinner.
Look,
So
I got all the ordering apps down to a T. Like I know where to go for what.
Uber Eats, DoorDash.
All of them. Grubhub.
you will order some stuff. You are good for ordering stuff. You can cook though, but you will
I
order
can
some
build
stuff.
a meal. I can cook, but I can also build a meal.
You can get fries from over here. I'll get you a burger from over there.
Look, and you gonna be good and full.
Get ready to go to sleep.
And don't nobody gotta wash no dishes. Don't nobody gotta clean no kitchen. We just throw our paper plate
In the garbage.
and the garbage.
And somebody pick out the trash.
And look, there we go.
But how? Okay, so paper plates, right? I just have to ask this. So, have y'all seen the debate about the women serving a man on a paper plate? Since we are 3 women and 1 man, let's get into that. So, how do y'all feel about that? Do you?
Baby, you finna get whatever I pull out this counter.
Hey man, you better grab that paper plate out of the cabinet.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, rewind it back. What's wrong with the paper plate?
That's what I'm about to say. I've never heard this.
Y'all never seen that on? I think I seen it for the first time on Facebook.
I have. They like it's lazy to feed your man off of a paper plate. He's king. You need to give.
There's that.
Girl, he finna eat off of whatever I put in front of him, or guess what? He not hungry.
Hey, depending on what it is, you can put it on the paper towel.
Look, a slice of pizza don't need no paper plate.
It don't need nothing. Hold this in your hand and eat that.
You give me a sandwich, I can hold it in my hand. Don't worry about it.
I mean,
what? That is crazy.
I just had to ask. So if I make you a 3-course meal, 4-course meal, a romantic dinner, candlelight, and I set that paper plate down in front of you, bam.
Paper plate down. Hey, where my fork at? and not mad that the fork is plastic.
You put so much thought and effort into the meal. Like the last thing I would want to do is have to wash dishes too.
I'm cool with I'm cool with the plastic fork too. Paper plate and plastic fork.
Baby, you finna
get a plastic cup.
Finna get this spork. We finna cheers with the solo cups. And we finna have us a grand time.
That is crazy to me. Why would anybody even whatever?
But that's what I'm saying. It's like people focus on the wrong aspects of relationships.
Yeah, that is the wrong thing to focus on. You gonna have these women out here stressed out.
Right. There's bigger things to be concerned with.
I swear.
Like the red flags. Like living double lives.
I could do some real shit for you, for real. But I'm going to put that food on that paper plate. So you pick and choose.
I will say, though, that was a woman saying that, right?
Yes.
Had to be.
There we go.
I did not see a man saying that. I don't see a man saying that.
But you know that Kevin Samuels followers say shit like that, too.
Like...
I ain't even going to get into that because, we talked about Cleo last time and, I ain't going to get into old Kevin,
I just remembered that.
Just sleep.
But yeah.
I ain't going to tell him to just sleep, my boy. Just sleep.
So, Lequinn, what would you say? Because your book is catered more so to a male audience. So what would you say to men who might be in a situation or relationship with, or maybe even they have either come upon, those type of women who are seeking getting the bag over the relationship. Like they want the first date to be at the Ruth Chris Steakhouse. They want the lavish, extravagant stuff, like all up front, the gimmes. What do you say to those women?
I mean, I think that's a telltale sign of what kind of woman you're about to deal with. So if you're okay with that, that's your preference.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really my thing. I'm not even gonna say I don't even recommend anyone to not do that because that's your choice. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Like, where your finances stand. But most likely if she's like, gimme up front, that's a good sign of what your relationship is going to be.
That's true. Is there some reason you think why men seem to be a little lacking when it comes to the romance department? Is it lacking in effort, or maybe is it just something that's like maybe misinterpreted? Like
I think it's both. I think guys. I grew up in a single mom household, right? Most of my friends grew up in a single mom household. So there's no real male representation on how to treat people, especially your women, because y'all all have dated, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all all been in and out of relationships, and some is still in a relationship, but you see how it is, and we grow up seeing that. And when you grow up seeing that, it's kind of like, well, this is the way it's supposed to go. And it's not. And I think that's why I learned a lot of stuff off watching TV. And yes, it comes from somebody else's mind and, it's written on paper, but I also see the results in those movies, how the girl acts when those gestures come up, when he rushed to the airport, you know what I'm saying, and stop her from catching a flight to tell her he loved her, right? And when you grow up seeing those type of imagery, I don't know. For me, it stuck with me, and I've been around guys that just kind of bumble their way through dating, and they don't know any better. They think this is what's supposed to happen. I stumble upon the right girl whenever the right girl show up, not knowing that you probably had that right girl and you kind of fucked it up. I don't know if I can cuss on it. Can I cuss on it? Somebody gonna
And
beat
we
me
do
up.
it all the
Yes.
time.
Yes, she can.
I
Okay.
think that, but I think that that is where a lot of the disconnect between men and women come from, because everything's simple with y'all until it comes to how to be with us. Because you said something, you was like, you know, you don't know
That's
how
the only
to,
thing we struggle with. We know
yeah,
how to go
like
through life. We know how to go through life.
everything
We know
else.
how to navigate work and how to get promotions and do everything else.
But put a woman in front of y'all, oh my gosh, it's like calculus.
Like I don't know how to solve a Rubik's cube. That's what women is. A Rubik's cube.
Now, the basis, the start, you said you don't know how to, you got guys don't know how to treat a woman.
Right.
I mean, the basis is right. Start with right. You treat a woman morally right. So you start there, because you got to build the foundation, and it should always be friendship. So you start out with being a friend, because there are a lot of men, and I want men to catch this. There are a lot of men that treat their friends way better than they treat their women, and that is a problem. That is a huge problem.
Right. Right.
So you can't morally know how to treat your homeboy, and you don't know how to treat, a woman. It's not that hard, because a lot of women, we crave that, we crave a friendship with y'all too. Because we want to be y'all's best friend. I think I speak for every woman when I say that we be wanting to be y'all best friend. We want to be all up in y'all business. We want to know everything. Like, we need to be that. But start there, and then the communication after that. Communicate. Men don't like to, they're not big communicators. Women, we can talk all day about ourselves, our feelings, our emotions. We can talk about all of that. Y'all will be I'm straight us to death until
Yeah. We good.
there's a problem.
We
Yeah.
good. We okay.
But we can tell y'all, we can spell stuff out to y'all, and then when there's an issue, be like, oh, I didn't know. I told you that. I told you I didn't like that.
Yeah.
It's the listening and the communication.
Those guys are oblivious.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah.
we're oblivious,
Yeah.
and we're dumb, right?
Not dumb.
I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Yeah,
I
but you
can
always say that, and
yeah. How many times have I told you that in the past?
yeah.
How many times have I told you that in the past? We're dumb,
Say
right?
minutes, though.
We rarely get things done. We rarely get things done right the first time, right? Or I think another thing is we're great on catching the fish, but we don't know how to keep the fish. We don't know how to saute the fish. We don't know how to do nothing with the fish besides catching. That's it. We can put the worm on the hook, throw that out there, and we can do our thing. But once we get the fish, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, what
So
we
why
supposed to
not
do?
get y'all ass out the pond then? Let another nigga focus.
Because that's in our DNA. We are fishers. That's what we do.
Yeah. I can see
But
that.
honestly, some of the men are sassy these days, and I'd be like, if you treat your friends
Yeah.
better than you treat me, then
Go be with them.
go get your man, sis. Go get your man.
Please come get your man.
I will say though, that's a two-way street, because there's a lot of women who treat their girlfriends better than they treat their guys.
And do.
They do.
And do.
I mean,
It
that's
does
true.
go both ways. It definitely does.
You know what I'm saying? I done heard it a bunch of times, like, girl, like, whatever. Hey, you was here before him. And it's like,
Yeah, I've heard women
you
say
know.
that too. And I don't think there should be a hierarchy when it comes to that. To a degree, but not you shouldn't be sacrificing your friendship unless there's something toxic there for your relationship, and vice versa. Like, the friends that you choose as well as the partner that you choose
Right.
ought to be able to coexist in your life, at the same time.
But the friends have been there. The guy is new.
What is that, seniority? Like, what we doing? What we talking about? Like,
That's exactly what it is.
First.
Seniority. That's exactly what it is.
what is that, seniority? Like, no.
I was here first, so this nigga gonna have to know his place so he can get out of here.
Okay.
And that's the friend talking. That's not even the girlfriend. That's not even the girlfriend talking. That's the friend.
Yeah, that is rooted in some level of jealousy and entitlement, because none of my friends have ever come to me and said that when I started dating Mike, and never will say that,
I
as
mean,
I
you
continue on
also
my
keep a small circle too, though. Like your
and
circle,
do for reasons like that.
yeah, your
Because
circle's small.
no one is ever going to come step into me saying, "Oh, I've known you the longest, so it better be me." Oh, like I'm still the priority in your life over this person. Absolutely not. No,
It's over for him.
That's why you have to have friends with, like, you have to have friendship that have healthy boundaries.
Right. I
right.
agree.
I swear.
I agree.
That part too. I do think sometimes though women, in our efforts of seeking our own feminine companionship, we end up pairing with the wrong
Group.
female.
Yeah.
And that could be to our own detriment in our personal relationships. Like sometimes it is, and it's recognizing that and just knowing when to let it go. However, I don't like those women. That sounds really crass when I said that, but I am not a fan of women who will be friends with you, and then the minute they get a man, it's like they ghost you, like they just.
Or
I got a friend like that. I got a friend like
Where
that.
they at?
when
I don't know where they
things
at. Where they
Like,
go?
are,
damn, bitch, you not free for dinner? What the fuck?
I got a friend like that. Won't hear from her at all. Oh, you got a nigga, huh? Yeah, she got a.
Hey, I got a friend like that.
I do.
Like you don't know how to balance the two. Damn, it's just like I'm a dinner, a movie. You ain't got time for that. A text message, a call,
or whenever they having problems, like y'all, she's available
Oh yeah.
to hang out, do
Oh yeah.
constantly calling, constantly this, constantly that. But the minute that they get back on good terms,
right?
you don't hear from baby. Go stay over there with your man.
Please.
Just go to the living room. Don't call me.
When he start acting like he got another woman, please don't come back over here because I'm not finna.
I'm not finna do it.
Sure.
Don't only know me when you single.
I think my issue for guys is the guys that agree with you.
The yes man.
Like if I call and be like, yeah, like my girl getting on my goddamn nerve, blah 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 blah, and they be like, man, girls be tripping. It's like, bro, like
That's the sassy one.
what if I'm the person that's the asshole here?
That's the sassy one.
She's still getting on my nerve, but I'm the asshole here, right?
Right.
I'm just hitting you up to be like she getting on my nerve. Like I don't need you to jump in.
Yeah. So do you think that amongst men that there is a lack of accountability amongst each other, amongst men?
Yes.
In that regard?
Yes. Because
Yes.
a lot of friends feel like
the
it's
man.
not.
Oh, my bad.
I know, but a lot of men feel like it's not their place, it's not their business. Like that's my homeboy problem. That's not my problem. He got to deal with that. I'm just gonna listen. Like it,
So for me, I like playing devil's advocate a lot, right? So if a
You
friend
do.
called, so a friend will call me like, yeah, man, blah 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 blah. I'm like, but playing devil's advocate, like, what if you did this, right? And that situation might have been different if you did this instead of saying that. And T knows my personality, so I might say something, and at the end of the conversation, they'd be like, you know what? I get it. You twisted my arm, but I get what you're saying. And that's kind of that. But I hold everybody accountable, even if they don't want it.
Yeah, you always give a different perspective.
For me, yeah, I don't mind being the bad guy because it don't come from a place of malice. It's just like, hey, like a lot of times we see what's in our peripheral, right? But we don't look around for another way. It's like this is the way that I'm gonna do it. This is how I'm gonna handle it. And it's like, well, this way is a lot easier if you do it this way instead of knocking down chairs to kind of go forward. I mean, maybe you kind of take a side step and go around and not tear everything in your path.
I agree with that though. I do like that. I do think that as Black men ought to hold each other more accountable when it comes to their romantic relationships and stuff. Imagine what the world would look like if that started to happen.
Oh my goodness. Please stop just being the amen corner. Like, yeah, nigga, you did that right. No, he did not.
Listen, but also women have to do the same. That's the only way it'll work. You can't have a whole bunch of accountable men on this side and then women over here still acting like acting crazy because we don't have it all figured out either.
I'm not going to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not doing that. Like, well, you can stay home and eat bologna sandwiches. You can go home and eat a sandwich. How about that?
Now, don't get me wrong. I do have I have certain foods, that I don't eat, and certain restaurants that I just won't go to for like personal reasons. But
Right.
I would never. There's not a restaurant, and I will say this: there is not a place that somebody can take me and call it a date that I'm going to be. Let me not say that because somebody just asked me to go.
Up in arms about it.
No, wait, let me time out there, y'all. Do y'all know that this man just asked me? He was like, what do you do for fun? Right. So I was just like, like regular shit. So I was like, what do you do? He was like, I like to do adventurous shit. He's like, let's go skydiving. Sir.
On the first date?
Yes.
That was a first date thing? Oh.
So as a guy, he asked you straightforward, what do you like to do? You said regular shit. That is not an answer.
Like, I answered like regular stuff. Like he asked what I like to do around here. Regular stuff. Go bowling. Go to the movies. I gave those answers. But
okay, you gave something. I was about to say when you
I
said regular shit
for y'all. Like
you can a regular day for you could be out here killing people. Who knows? But we don't know.
I mean,
just saying regular shit don't mean what I'm saying. We don't know what that means.
Get to know me because you might be my accomplice. I don't know. You might be.
You might be Dexter out here. Who knows?
I might be.
I can't.
You got to get to know me though. But that skydiving thing, whoa, pump your brakes. Like, can we eat some food before I tell you I'm not doing that? Like, I'm not doing that. Can we go to dinner first so I can tell you over dinner that?
Honestly, guys, I don't want to get to know nobody over dinner because I really don't like people to begin with.
Oh.
So I need to be able to have a cup of coffee with you or just something real quick and dirty. Because I can tell in 10 minutes if this is going somewhere or if it's not.
Quick and dirty. Christ.
I got shit to do.
Girl said quick and dirty.
Why quick and dirty?
Meet me at Starbucks.
I took that way left.
I swear.
Look,
when I'm over there with you, because what?
You might want to watch how you say that.
Meet me at Starbucks and we could get some coffee and we could talk. Because it's too many times people discover over dinner that they have nothing in common with the person sitting across from them, and y'all both just wasted y'all time.
I mean, but you won't know that until you get there.
I have done that, but I got some free dinner out of it.
But why do it over dinner when we could just do that over coffee?
Because it could be free food.
Maybe he don't drink coffee. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink coffee.
I'm not saying that it has to be coffee, but it doesn't have to be because...
I got to sit here and drink tea? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. That's not fun.
I'm not saying that it has to be a first date, but like a meetup.
Oh, like something short and sweet, like in passing. Like, meet me at the gas station.
That's what I was about to say. Like, the timing of it is what you mean. Like, you don't want a long, drawn-out date versus just going for a quick.
And that's why I have the chapter called Understanding Your Partner's Preferences, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go to no coffee spot. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to dinner. I want to go not really a movie. Not on the first date. I don't want to go to a movie because no one's talking. Right?
Sometimes that's better.
I guess you get her movie. I guess you get her movie etiquette. I guess like I don't want to be in the movie and she's like jabbering in my ear the whole time while I'm trying to watch this movie.
Right.
You know I'm like, hey, can you be quiet? I'm trying to watch the movie. Like,
but I'm not saying that the first meet is in
Outback.
Oh, baby, we just got one around the house. I done been 4 times and I'll go again. I'm not saying that the first meetup is in place of an actual first date. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't have real conversation. I want to be able to have a real conversation with you. Some people are not texters, talkers, schedules, whatever. But if you can meet me somewhere real quick and we could grab ice cream or something, let's just get the little shit out the way first.
So for you, that would be your first date. You consider that date one.
I wouldn't consider it date one. It's just a meetup. Now, from there, it would determine if I wanted to go on a date.
Okay, so it's just like a little meet and greet.
Yes.
This nigga on the interview too. Like he got to be on the interview to get to the interview.
Now that's fair though, because as women, especially as Black women, we have to be sure that we have to have that we have to be able to establish that level of security that we are safe with you.
Yes.
So for us, before we even like,
you ain't no more safe for dinner than you was at the ice cream shop.
But I'm not saying it's an interview.
No, not so much as safe, like physically. It could be. It's more so like on an emotional level too. Like what kind of energy are you coming to this table with? If I get some weird sense vibe or I'm not feeling what you're talking about or saying or doing in this meet and greet, then I've only wasted 10 minutes of my time and have a nice life, sir.
Exactly.
Versus waiting for the
I'm
waiter
not-
to bring the check because we didn't order this damn steak and shrimp and shit and whatever. And damn it, I've been ready to go 20 minutes ago. I get what you.
So how do y'all feel about going Dutch on the first date?
I'm cool with that.
I'll pay for my own shit.
I don't mind it because I come with my own money anyways.
Thank you. I'll pay for my own food.
Please.
Yeah.
Because the nigga's never gonna hold over. I bought you anything, baby. You can't buy
Thank
me a
you.
cup of water. I'm good with going Dutch.
That I can't buy myself. Thank you.
I'm good going Dutch.
I just wanted to ask the question because there's a lot of people that's like, I ain't paying for no first date. Like, you gonna take me out?
Yeah, some are. And
No.
nah, this ain't that kind of crowd. Not at
Okay,
all.
I just wanted to make sure.
Oh no, baby, I'm gonna drive myself because when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna drive
I am
myself.
talking to grown women though, right?
Yeah.
We're
Absolutely.
talking to grown women.
I'll take it a step further though. I'll pay for your shit. Cause I want you to know you can't little girl me. I can't even do that too.
And no one else.
Too.
What?
I pay for a first date.
I
I'm
would
just
too.
saying, it's a very, very rare thing.
Yeah,
Very
I
rare.
like that. It's not common practice.
It's
but
not common, but it definitely
It can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
I have to tell these niggas all the time. I'm not one of these $40 hoes that you used to. Like you can't woo me with no $40.
No money. You can't.
not with the 2 for $20 at Applebee's.
No, you cannot.
Baby, no.
With this Applebee's, no.
No.
So I got a question. So what do y'all think about, or let me rephrase the question. Is it acceptable to go to church as a first date?
Girl.
To go to church?
That's a no for me.
I would rather go to the bookstore and we read because I need to know if you could read out loud first.
Hey, there's some slow readers out there.
But I would rather a bookstore date.
We just need you can read slow. You just need to know what you say.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't the fastest reader.
A bookstore date is a vibe for me. Like a bookstore date is a vibe for me because I honestly feel like everybody should be reading something to enhance their life in some form or fashion. You know, like
thank you.
It is what it is. So if you ain't out here reading nothing, doing nothing, like
I read a lot. Like I read a lot to the point where like when I'm at work, I always got a book in my hand. And it scares me the amount of men that look at me like, oh my gosh, you read? Because I be looking back like, oh my gosh, you don't?
Yeah, right.
Why don't you like you just sit and watch TV and wallow. Now it ain't nothing wrong with watching TV. Like you don't have no kind of hobby or nothing like that. Now I actually had a man tell me that I was a nerd. He called me a nerd because I read. He's like, "Oh, you read? You're a nerd."
That's fine.
I've been called a nerd.
And he probably can't read out loud.
Probably.
I've been called a nerd. I've been called weird. I've been called a cornball.
I'll be all that. I'm gonna read this book.
I'm gonna still pick up this book.
I'm gonna read this book.
But when you get older, those are terms of endearment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you used to shy away from being a cornball. Like, you're a cornball, but you realize cornballs are the guys who are thought-provoking and, you know what I'm saying, considerate. So it's fine.
I would rather be a nerd than what society considers a bad bitch today. I'm not finna throw my ass in no camera. Boy. I'm not finna
you ain't gonna throw it back like Sexy Red.
No, I'm not finna do none of that. I'll sit here. You want to watch me do something on camera, baby? Watch me read this book real sexy. Like you see that?
My twerking days is over. I'm gonna twerk right in this house. I'm sorry,
baby. Look, I'm a sapiosexual, so I get turned on by intellectual conversation. Like I can go. I tell people all the time. I get motion in real life, so I can get any wee that I want to get. That's not what
wee Lord.
Why is it a wee today?
I feel like that's any woman.
It's always. I always say, but intellectual conversation, and I know everybody's not where they want to be. There's no expectation like, oh, if you don't got your shit together. But for me, a man that tries gets way further than any other. Like you trying in life, you trying to achieve. You got some goals. You working towards them at whatever pace it may be. You got some ambition, some hustle, some drive. a reason to wake up every day. But if all you do is wake up and drink Hennessy and Douce, smoke Newport Shorts, and want to be up at the club in your homeboy's outfit and see the same bitches every weekend,
we do not do them Newport Short niggas.
I'm not interested in having any kinds of conversation with you.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Because we don't
to show
agree.
Intellect, right? How
yes.
I'm trying to think how long it would take a guy to show you intellect. Cause you seem like you be hard on him.
Hard on them.
I don't.
You get that from the conversation though. Like you can tell.
It sounds like you be hard on them.
I don't, but when you meet up and if somebody can't tell you about themselves, like, because questions I ask, what's the last book you read?
And they can't answer that question. It's crickets.
You know what? So I'm not a real big reader, right? Like I audio book and stuff like that, but I don't.
That is still reading.
And that's fun. Like, but still, it's like
that's why I kept the book. That's why I kept the book 51 pages. Because guys have a short attention span.
Good luck getting the guys to read it, because I don't meet too many that read at all. Like, y'all read this book.
Men read. Don't do them like that. They read.
They do, but like for me, it's like it's not just about.
That's not what I said. I said I don't meet a lot. I ain't say they don't read. I said I don't meet a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. But for me, it's like I'm not hard on men, but it's like, what's the last book that you read? What are your thoughts about mental health? Because that's a unicorn amongst the male population. Like, I need to know what conversations are green lights, and through these things, you kind of
sift through who that person is through the conversation. I got you.
Yes,
yeah.
He doesn't have to speak like he's a Harvard grad, but you can kind of see where somebody's at in their life, how they approach things. Like, how do you feel about X, Y, and Z? I'm very curious about the way people's mind works. So I need to be able to see, because if, granted, as my man, I'm supposed to be able to follow, I need to trust and figure out if you can lead me somewhere that's not a dead end.
So what is your ideal pickup situation? Like, how do a guy approach a girl who is looking for intellect? So you see a guy out somewhere and he approaches you. How do he do that without being shot down immediately?
He better come with the Lord first, because he gonna need him with this one.
What?
I don't, y'all.
Come with the Lord first.
Because he gonna need him with her. Yes, dealing with her.
I'm really not hard on. I just feel like I've just wasted a lot of time, and I just like time is the one thing in life that you don't get back.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
that's facts.
I don't want to look up and 3 years later determine that, damn, I ain't never had shit in common with this nigga, and I've given him 3 years of my life.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. However,
let's cut through the bullshit.
That is a fair statement. However,
I'm still waiting for the pickup.
You're not gonna. We'll get to it, but you're not going to. You can still be in relationship with someone that you presumed, passed the meet and greet testing, and then got to the first date, the second date, the 10th date, and still be 3 years down the road, because a relationship is not a one and done. I know you, you know me. It is ever
right, of course.
So, like, who you started off with and whom you fall in love with in the beginning may be somebody different 3 years down the road.
Exactly.
Like, your case in point with Mike and I, who we were in our 20s is not exactly the same as who we are in our 40s. Of course, it's not supposed to be. We're talking like decades apart.
I'm about to say, yeah.
People evolve, and that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the type of shit we was doing in our 20s, we are not doing that now.
Exactly.
So yeah, it is going to be like ever changing, but it is always. I think anyway, for a long lasting relationship, it is always staying curious and always being cooperative and willing to show up for one another. That's how we've made it this long.
And willing to grow. I feel like some people get stagnant in life.
Yeah.
And they're okay with
just comfortable
being mediocre, accepting mediocre, and I'm like, but you hear them say they want more for themselves.
But they do nothing to give.
But they're okay Right. So
But people will say that until they actually come across somebody that's gonna actually push them to be better than what they are, and then they be, oh shit, let me get away from
true.
let me get away from that.
That's why you have to find like-minded people or people better than your situation, because they always push you in the right direction. Like if you still hanging around the same people that you've been hanging around with, and they still doing the same thing from 15 years ago, there's no growth there, right?
Yep.
There's no growth. So
what's the saying? If you're the smartest one in the room, then you need to get a new room.
You're in the
You in the wrong room.
You in the wrong room.
You need to get in the room. You in the wrong room, right? And that's the same thing. Like I always wanted to write this book. It's always been a thing that I've always wanted to do. I just didn't know how to do it. And then forgot that I had a friend who wrote 17 books. And I was like, oh yeah.
How you forget that? You ain't read none of them?
I read 2. Here's the thing, he don't promote anything. So it's like, okay. I remember him promoting 2 or 3 books. Mm-hmm. But when I hit him up like, yo, I have this idea, I've been kind of want to put it on paper. I came to you because I know you published like a couple books. He was like, yeah, like I'm working on book 17. And I'm like, where did the other 15 books come from?
Well, damn.
I know, right?
But he did say that he had co-wrote 5 or 6 books with someone else. But he don't promote. So I don't, me, I'm out here on the socials every day.
Right. But if you're not a reader, then you wouldn't go looking for it anyway. So I get that.
True.
Yeah.
But you do want to support your people.
That's true.
Yeah, of course.
Because for me, he's the only person I know personally that wrote something and published something.
Right.
So I see him, I ain't got nobody else who done wrote no book. Like, so I kind of look at him like, man, like you did something that I don't know no one else done. Salute to you. Right. And I celebrate him that.
So when you say that you're not a big reader, like do you have like in your adult life, like do you have a book that you would recommend for somebody to read, like something that it don't got to be a self-help book, it could be just a good book that you read? What is a good book that you read that you would give to me to read and be like, yeah, read that, you might like it?
I the stuff that I've that listen to, I guess, because like I said, I audiobook a lot. I'm interested.
That is still reading. Don't you discount audiobooks?
I'm interested in people, right? So a lot of times it's like Jennifer Lewis. I audiobooked her book and followed her life, and like Tiffany Haddish and like Charlemagne, like just people just.
Oh, you like memoirs?
Charlemagne.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Charlemagne book was good though. Well, the first one, I haven't read the second one yet. The first one was good.
I just like learning about people's, how they came to be who they are, where they are now, the ebbs and flows of their life, how from stardom and then, downfall, and then they might have picked themselves back up, whatever. So those are the type of stories I like. But I'm a storyteller. I like stories, so that's why I love movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like books, movies, you definitely will recommend a bomb movie or series or something. Lord knows you've given me several Netflix recommendations.
I like movies. I like movies and TV shows.
And I get all mine from Tierra. Tierra, what about you? What is a book that you would recommend for somebody to read that's your like top of your bookshelf?
It depends on the person. Like, it kind of depends on.
I'm waiting on her book.
Who book?
It will get. But it depends on the person, though. It depends on, like, who I'm talking to, or maybe what they might be interested in.
Right.
Because like for someone who might like of course Lequinn likes movies, action movies, Marvel or something like that, then I might recommend something that has a little bit more action in it, like Hunger Games or the Hunger Games series.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas someone who might like, fantasy or something, then I might throw out Harry Potter. Like, so it just depends.
Harry Potter is one of your favorite things to recommend.
Yeah. But although Harry Potter does have that action in it too, but it also, has the fantasy and the sci-fi and all the things with it. So I don't limit my books as far as like what I read. I've kind of dabbled at least as far as reading, I dabble into like multiple genres. And so it's kind of hard for me to answer that question a little bit. But as far as like I don't even think I have an all-time favorite book. I don't
I don't
I
either.
guess it'll have to be Harry Potter, maybe. I don't know.
I'm
Not
about to say
sure.
my favorite movies is based off books.
What you say? Okay.
Now, my last book that I read was
And probably comic books.
I like The Fault in Our Stars. That's one of my favorite movies.
Which one?
The Fault in Our Stars.
what is that about? I don't know what that is.
No
I've
one
seen that.
No one seen that.
No, wait. Don't
When
tell me.
when a girl had cancer and
She was sick? Yes.
yeah.
I seen that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
The dude
I
used
saw that.
the
Was
dude.
that Mandy Moore? Is it Mandy Moore?
Shailene Woodley.
Okay, because Mandy Moore made a movie like that. I believe that's her name, Mandy Moore. That's an older movie though. Anyway.
I think she was in A Walk to Remember.
That is it. That.
Yeah, I do movies. This is what I do. I can't give you no
So
books,
you-
but I can give you some movies.
Yeah, you do, because I was not going to pick that up. That title was not going to come to me.
Yeah,
I just knew she played in a similar movie.
I just watched the Jerry Springer documentary on Netflix the
how
other
was that?
day.
I need to tell my mom to watch that. She used to love Jerry Springer.
I don't want to watch that because I want to remember Ratchet Jerry. I don't dig into it. I want to remember Jerry just as raunchy as he was.
No, no, seriously, watch it because that's what they talk about. Like it's trust me, it's very accurate. So that's it. When it finished, I was like, that's accurate. It was very accurate.
I don't want to know what was behind the smoke and mirrors. I just want to know ignorant Jerry. Yes, Jerry. Who was sleeping with their sister, brother, uncle, baby, daddy, cousin?
I need the Maury documentary. That's the one I need.
Baby, because the amount of times they ran behind that baby mama and she knew that man wasn't her baby daddy is crazy.
The one guy that kept lie detector tests alive. You hear me? I didn't even know what a lie detector was for real until Maury came out. I was like, oh, this nigga got that. These niggas on a lie detector? These niggas can't lie?
We need a documentary on his cameraman. This nigga got to be insane. Like, he got to be.
Listen, when they do the documentary, they have to interview the cameraman. They have to.
He was the main character.
They got to. What kind of Nikes is them? He was the main character. He was
the main character, right? He was the main character.
Listen, when I say Netflix, I need it to be, we're going to set the scene. I need it to be a completely empty room and that single chair that they be putting in the middle.
Yeah.
And I just need Buddy to walk in and just sit down, and I need some like bomb theater music or something. They better preface that. I will watch that.
So while we're talking about talk shows,
I just don't know why everybody ran in the back and fall on the ground. Right. That's what I never understood.
It don't make no sense because that floor is dirty.
That was hilarious. That's the best part of the show.
It is the best part.
Yeah.
The runoff and then the fall on the ground.
So while we're talking about talk shows, can we talk about now? Although I watched the show, of course, for I guess the drama, but I was a little bit disappointed that Steve Wilkos wanted to go and try to play Fix My Life. Like, boy, where the ratchet shit at? Go break these fights up. Go back over here and break these fights up. Go back over here where they knocking heads at. The fights was not the same.
Wasn't he the dude that? Wasn't he the one that was sending kids to like the
boot camp and stuff?
Or whatever?
Yeah. He wanted to be Dr. Phil 2.0.
Them kids are bad as hell.
Yeah, they was.
Yeah.
And that girl, she got like a record. No, she was on Dr. Phil. The Catch Me Outside girl. She was on Dr. Phil.
Oh, she was on Steve.
Yeah.
After watching the Jerry Springer documentary, I am curious as to whether or not the producers of Maury, if they were like pushing for them to run off stage, because there was a whole lot of there was a whole lot of like accusation. Well, I can't say accusation because some of the producers actually like flat out admitted that they was like revving up their guests before they come on the show. So.
I worked with somebody. I work actively right now with somebody that went on Jerry Springer. And y'all should
that is a statement in itself. We got to let that cook. Hold on.
That's a flex. That's a flex right there.
We got to let that breathe for a second. What?
Yes. Y'all should have seen my face when I was laying on that couch, right? And, they called him out. I ain't going to put his name out there, but I said that to everybody that work with me know who it is.
Oh my
But
God.
they called his name or whatever. He came around that corner, y'all. I sat up. I was like, is that who I think it is? Yes,
Wow.
out there sleeping with his girlfriend, sister, or something like that. So when I went back to work, y'all, I had questions. That forklift was wide open. I pulled up like, boy, what happened? What happened? Now, y'all, I mind my business. I try to mind my business. You know, that's your business. But boy, you on TV. What happened? You really was sleeping with your girlfriend, sister, boyfriend, sister, whatever.
Dang.
So, you know, he gave me the ins and outs of it and, you know, all of that or whatever. But I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, he was like, oh,
That
you
is
just seen it?
crazy.
I said, yeah, I think they only get like, he told me how much they get per episode. And I was like, boy, I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's enough.
Wow.
I think they lost me when they introduced like the fight bill.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
all right, this
The
seems staged.
little
This seems
on
staged.
cue, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
are
this seems
all
staged.
right.
Like when you hear the bill, start fighting.
Yeah, but
I'm
when you
good.
like watch the documentary, like you'll see like why they, you know, how they could do that and all that. Cause yeah, the producers and stuff was like literally pushing it for sure in fear of like losing their jobs and stuff like that. It was crazy, but
I'm
it was just as much crazy drama going on behind the camera as it was like in front of the camera with them being on stage. So yeah, it
like,
was.
I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I thought those people was really, now, not to say that that stuff ain't really happening out here. It is. I thought that stuff was real until the movie came out.
I thought it was for a bit.
Until the movie came out.
Oh no, I knew it was fake before then, but
Are you talking about Jerry
Yeah.
Springer, the Jerry
Yeah.
Springer movie? Yeah.
I was like,
No, actually, it was supposed to be like these people really did have real problems, and they were actively, you know, trying to. At least most of them were trying to come on the show to get some real help. It's just by the time you know they came with their real problems and told their story and got to the show, after they speak to the producers for a bit, you know, the producers kind of like you know, shape this narrative instead of it being like Jerry actually is helping them. Jerry wasn't helping nobody. He throw out shots like the rest of the damn audience and, you know, send everybody home. That's what he did.
I did find out that they do scoped stories and narratives. I'm starting to hear that more with shows like 90
Like
Day
talk
Fiancé.
shows.
Yeah, like Married at First Sight and stuff like that. They're like, yeah, I talked to the producer, and even though this is gonna be our story. It's like, man, I thought y'all niggas was like falling in love for real. I don't want to watch this shit no
Well,
more.
I do feel like some of those type of shows, I do think that there are some opportunists who will like come on the show to, you know, like the Love Is Blind, you know,
yeah.
series. Also, they
Now,
come on the show for like their 15 minutes of fame or whatever. So
Yeah, some of them people are still married though.
what, from Love Is Blind?
From Love Is Blind, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
some of
some
them
is
are.
real, but then I do think some are just opportunists. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, as
I
far
got
as
you.
I know, I don't know how you know true or when you know this happened, but I had seen something about them taking like the reality out of those talk shows like that because there were some guests on, I want to say, the Sally Jesse show, if y'all remember her show.
Sally Jesse Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where somebody actually hurt, maybe killed somebody behind something that they found out on one of those shows. So when that happened,
I,
like they just
I know
changed.
something happened on Cheaters, like the host got stabbed on
And
Cheaters.
something happened on Jay Springer also. Same thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah.
it like they started taking the real out of a lot of those things, and then I
Yeah,
was,
it was getting a little
Hey,
too cutthroat.
you pop up at my crib with the other joint, and you at the crib with my main joint. Like,
everybody
yeah,
got to
I'm gonna
go.
lay hands on you. I'm gonna lay hands on you.
Everybody got to go. You with this camera, you finna get some too, because y'all shouldn't have came over here playing.
Yeah, you about to get this work. Yeah, y'all shouldn't have came over here at all. Y'all came over here unannounced.
I'm hitting everybody. The cameraman,
Right.
sir, what's his name? I don't even remember his name. You got to get it too. They had they had Peter Guns doing Cheaters. Did y'all know that?
He the worst one.
I don't know now.
He the worst one. He need to be on the opposite end of it. He the worst one.
That's probably why he got the job. He is
He
the
know how
cheater.
to cheat.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was like,
heavily qualified,
Right.
overqualified.
He knows all
not
about it.
Mr. Love and Hip Hop. He does it now. Like if it's So he was the last host of Cheaters. So if Cheaters is still airing, Peter Guns is the host of Cheaters.
Yo,
Wow.
I gotta watch this shit.
Oh yeah. So when I seen that, I was like, "Are they serious, Peter? Like, are they really serious, Peter Guns?"
Hey, if the man is up there getting a paycheck, they are serious.
Hey, watching him deal with what was those
Them
girls'
two
names?
women, Amina and
Tara and
Tara.
Amina. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Watching him navigate between them two, I was like, this is the smoothest nigga ever. But clearly dumb at the same time. How did he make this happen?
Wow.
They dumb. The women got to be dumb. Because, girl, what? At every reunion, you got one of them pregnant. I'm pregnant. Bitches, y'all racing? Quit having this nigga's babies, please.
Like, that shit was crazy. Like, so he's with the Amina chick, but he's still like messing with the Tara chick. The Tara chick is like, well,
this nigga
he ain't my man, so I can sleep with him if I want to. I'm like, wait, like that's acceptable. That's the thing.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
This nigga came to Love and Hip Hop with 10 kids already. Y'all didn't give him FOMO.
Oh my
he had enough when he came.
A piece.
Yes. Y'all not helping child support. I just wanted, y'all not helping child support. And ain't nobody even listening to the Young Gunners no more like that.
And Ben stopped decades ago.
I swear. I promise you.
That is wild. Gosh,
Peter, I don't know. Can't stop, won't stop. For real. Please quit making them damn kids. Peter, get off of them women.
So I got a question. What is, well, we got different genders here, so it'll apply how it applies to you. But what is something?
Yeah, you make it general.
It'll be general. So what is for women, because we did talk earlier about how men can be romantic, with breadcrumbing in a positive sense. What is something that women could do to, participate in the same method?
You asking the women as women or to give advice to women? Or
I'm asking the women as women, and I'm asking Lequinn as a man.
Okay.
So I'm asking everybody.
Y'all can go first. Y'all want to go first?
No, you got it.
I would say I'm just gonna keep it short and simple. Love your man in his love language.
That's a good one. Girl, you been over there. Let me get the notepad out. Okay.
Girl, shut up. I mean, I feel like love languages are important. If you are not somebody that likes to get gifts and your partner steadily gives you gifts, like, it's not listening. Like, love your partner in their love language, because then they've seen Phil and her, like, they've seen her, they've seen, like, you see them. So love them in their love language.
I love that.
And I think that goes both ways. Like,
yes, for sure.
Romance only applies and is accepted if that fits that person. Like, I put in the book, I'm not going to take Deja out on a hot air balloon ride.
No, absolutely not.
She's afraid of heights. She's afraid of heights, right? So that particular breadcrumb isn't going to work for her, right? But one of y'all might be like, "Oh, I love hot air balloons." You know what I mean? So
I get on them.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on who you're with and what they're into ultimately. So, when it comes to women, a breadcrumb for a guy from a woman, I always like to say that flowers is a breadcrumb for men, right? Send your guy a nude, right? I feel like that's the equivalent of sending flowers.
Amen to that.
Send your guy a tit pic, right?
Amen.
Right? Because
just show that rack.
Because really, you don't give flowers all the time, right? A guy ain't gonna bring you flowers all the time. Just like you ain't gonna send nudes all the time. But
them titties is with you everywhere. Send that picture.
And they free.
That's like the best Valentine's Day commercial ever.
Titties with you everywhere you go. You could be at work. Girl, go in that stall. Bow. I'm at work thinking about
You
you
got a free breadcrumb on you at all times.
at all times.
That goes for wee pics too. Like, don't make this just
Why? We back to wee wee.
a woman thing.
No, wait.
Here's the thing, though. It depends. It depends on who you're dating, though. It depends on who you're dating because
Wait.
some girls
It definitely do.
they're icked out by that. So it just depends on who you're talking to.
I like the.
Well, no, girls are icked out by getting the unsolicited dick pic.
Ones.
If it's my man, that is totally different. That's different.
I'm icked out by that and the appearance of the pic. Can you take some pride in this picture? Now, I did just say pop the titty out in the work bathroom, right? But please don't lay that meat on that work toilet and take that picture from me.
Please don't
Please.
be ashy. That's all I ask. Low effort pictures.
Moisturize it.
Please don't. Please.
Moisturize.
Give it like let's do some photo prep. Okay.
Yes.
And if
he ain't got no lotion on him. He ain't got no lotion at work.
You should have did that before you left home. Like you that's a part of your skincare, yo get ready routine.
Thank you.
You should not be walking outside and you act like what?
You know, some men they only put lotion on their legs and arms, like that's and that's how they roll. Like, some do.
Them thighs better not be dry in that picture.
I skip legs and arms. I skip both.
This is lotion season.
Yeah, I skip both.
Well, baby, you can't rub your legs up against mine. Then I'm sorry.
Man, I'm gonna start a fire.
Listen,
You got to do better.
you gonna shrivel up like a
We'll burn
raisin?
the whole house down from that friction.
Yeah, it's now. No, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to lubricate yourself. You know, moisturize. Throw some water on that damn shit and then moisturize it.
No, I mean, if you ain't been moisturizing, you might need some oil.
I mean that's lotioned. Just not my legs and my arms.
Oh goodness.
But it's all in the same. Never mind.
Hey, it's we skip over it.
Walk away from
That man like it.
We're lotioning what?
Hey, I'm a person who have preferences. This is what I do. Okay, I skip over it.
Oh Lord, have mercy. That's funny.
But not when you take a shower, right? Because I'm just making sure if you skip it only applies to moisturizing.
Yes. The shower is daily. The shower is daily.
It's clean. The area has been clean,
and we not skipping no body parts, right?
It's clean. It's just a little ashy. It's clean. It's just a little ashy.
Okay.
The area has been cleansed.
Lord have mercy. I cannot.
Look, you gotta ask these days because there's some people that only.
It's a legit question. It's a legit question.
Oh, we're not even gonna get started on the cleanliness that goes on in and around these parts. Ooh, Lord.
Yeah, so you gotta ask. Are you a washcloth baby or are you a loofah baby? Because I gotta know.
I can't.
You said a washcloth or a loofah?
Yeah.
I'm a washcloth person.
Goodness gracious.
I don't.
Baby, look, I could go for washcloth or loofah. Just make sure that you're not using just your hands.
Look, that part.
Just make sure that you're not sticking that bar of soap in your ass. That's
that
what you
part
do.
too.
Oh my God.
Because I have listen.
You squeeze it in the hand.
So I went to a lake with somebody before, right, y'all? And after, we left the lake or whatever, we went to their house, they was cooking out. So I took a change of clothes, to take a shower, right? So I go in there and I'm like, I need a towel. She give me the big joint, that you drive with. I said, okay, I need a rag. She's like, for what? Girl, to wash my ass. What you mean for what? Do y'all know?
What?
Do y'all know?
Was they this color?
Do y'all know?
The inside of the palm?
Put your palm
I'm
down.
about to say, was
the inside of the palm?
Was they this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I mean, that makes sense.
Right.
That makes sense.
So,
that makes sense.
It tracks.
So, but guess, I got a rag, but guess where we got the rag from?
The front desk?
The kitchen. The kitchen.
The kitchen.
It was a dish rag. So I threw it away when I was done with it. I definitely used that to wash my ass.
No, ma'am.
I had to wash my ass, y'all.
With the dish
No,
rag?
ma'am.
That is gross.
So I asked questions. I was like, what do y'all...
That's wicked.
That's nasty.
What do y'all do? And then I'm
That's
itching
big.
because I got to use the hand soap from the sink because I'm definitely not touching this bar soap that's in the shower because it has been violated by multiple people in the house, obviously.
This is why I bring my own towel and soap when I travel.
Got to, because that
I
is.
was,
I mean, I get that from our grandmother.
Yeah.
But baby, you will not see me.
y'all, my flabbers were gas.
Even in my 304 bag, I got my own towel.
Not the 304 bag.
My
What you got in there?
towel, my own soap. I got to bring my own because I will never get caught red-handed washing with no dish towel.
I was out there,
Because you know
y'all.
some niggas don't got good towels at their house.
This is true. So one of my friends told me a story a while ago where she said that she was out of town visiting some like mutual friends, and of her husband, and he not he, but the lady of the house there, you know, she had asked for a washcloth, and the lady of the house there gave her their kids rag.
Nope.
Like the baby towel?
That they was already washing with?
Well, no, like it was clean, but it was.
I was about to be like, man, she went in the kids' room and got their rag out of there.
But what I don't understand is like I
She
have
is
towels.
savage.
Yes,
I have towels specifically for guests when they come over here.
Yeah.
Like nobody else uses them. They're for guests. Or if I know that somebody's coming over here for an extended amount of time, I go buy towel, like new, fresh. Ain't nobody's booty cheeks been on them type, especially wash rag.
Yeah, but even if you don't, like, baby, if you expecting company, you need to be prepping your house. Like, she ended up doing that because she didn't have any clean washcloths to give her. But you should have been more prepared. You knew they was coming.
Baby, Sam sell washcloths.
You know what I'm saying? Or go buy them. Like, you knew they was coming. So yeah, it was just.
I just want to.
The story just reminded me of that. It was real interesting.
But I got a question. Since we talking about rags, right? What is it that y'all be doing, America, that be making that rag crispy when it dry?
Bye. I think we're at time. I think we're a little over. We're at time. We're at time.
What y'all got in y'all? What is in y'all water that rag be crispy when it dry? Is it the water?
Y'all catch us on TikTok at the Kindred Kinfolk podcast.
I think it's the water. I think it's the water.
Facebook, Kindred Kinfolk podcast. We on YouTube at Kindred Kinfolk podcast. The same username. I'm not going to that conversation.
Yo.
Oh yeah, I swear.
Okay. So
I just rolled the credits.
I think I just rolled the credits.
I'm not participating in this conversation.
It's interesting, like, because mine be crispy sometimes.
What is it though?
See, and the credits need to keep rolling.
No, because nothing.
Because why would you say that out loud? There's just gone are the times where things secret should be kept.
I mean, it's listen.
It could be the water because I have a shower filter.
I'm a real person. I'm a real person, right? So I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like mine's do be hard. Like if I take a shower, like I'm gonna take a shower later tonight, right? If I come back around this time tomorrow, yeah, my rag gonna be firm.
It's gonna be dry.
I didn't do anything. It's gonna be very dry, and it's gonna be firm.
Okay, so do you use two separate towels?
Wait, you said towel or rag? I'm sorry.
Like rag.
Maybe I missed.
Rag. Do you use two separate
rag?
rags?
Like what you wash your body with?
I use one for my body and one for my face.
So I asked that because I have a filter on my shower.
Right.
So my rag be
water,
and when I say crispy, y'all, America, I'm talking about like if you pick that rag up,
you take it down and it's still like this. You holding it and it's like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That hook still in it from where
the rag looks like it still got that moose knuckle on it.
Yeah.
Not the moose knuckle.
You can pick it up and tell where you just got it from. That is still in it. But
Yeah. You can literally put it back in that spot and it'll fit perfectly back there.
Yes. So my rag don't do that. Like I can pick it up and I can fold it, but I have been in people's bathrooms, and I'm like, this rag ain't got this is comatose. Like it ain't no life in it at all. Like this thing's stiff. Like if it fall, it'll make noise.
Are they
like,
thin rags? Y'all wash you? Is it thin?
No. The rags that we have here is from Target.
Oh.
And
see,
but we don't have like a filter on our shower.
Okay,
right?
so hard water is a thing. I mean, that makes
yeah.
So I think we just have what they call like hard water or whatever they call it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's our issue.
Yeah.
So my rag is firm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That next night when I'm about to take a shower.
That's okay.
I said what I said. I said firm. No, that's what it is.
The way you using firm is nasty.
Well, he bathes every.
We listen and we don't.
My rag is
judge.
firm, and I stand 10 toes down on it.
Can we roll the credits?
What we not finna ignore though, Kay, is that he not the only one. So America,
right?
He not the only one.
Only one out here with a firm rag.
Is somebody out here listening?
But I mean, it just opens up the conversation because there's some people who only use one rag, and see, that's a whole no. Because one for your butt and one for your body. I'm not finna,
I got 3 because I use the exfoliating gloves, but the one for my body.
We also do have a lot more going on, so
the one for my body.
But I'm not using the one what I use to clean my butt. It don't do nothing
touch my
but
body.
touch the inside of these.
Thank you.
Nothing else. That is his only job. You got one job to do.
I was in a debate with other women where somebody told me that I was crazy because I told them that I use a different rag for everything. And they were like, you're crazy. Something. And then the comment was made, oh, something must be wrong. No, I just don't want to slug myself with my juices all over my body.
Why would you want coochie juice on your face? And then you wonder why you're breaking out.
Thank you. I just don't want to do it. Now, to each his own. Now, that just because I want y'all to catch that. Just because people wash like that, they choose to wash like that, does not mean that something is necessarily wrong. That just means that they have that kind of rag preference. I need a different one for everything.
There are. And you know what? I just realized
but I also use soap for different.
Thank you.
I have a facial cleanser that I use for my face. Like there's different things.
Yeah, I have like a face wash.
Yeah.
Like I have like a face wash, and I have like something for my body. Yeah,
and I wash everything with different soap.
But you know what's crazy though is I bet you that people who we're gonna call them the non-washcloth community, they don't even realize that washcloth preference is a thing.
Maybe they use Head and Shoulders all over their body.
I was just about to say that. Those are the people that keep Head and Shoulders in business.
They use one soap in their hands for everything, and we have it's so many different. We have a whole damn algorithm for literally.
Like, why are you using shampoo on your body? Like, why are we using Head and Shoulders on our body?
Well, I would just like to say that we welcome all guests to our show, and if there is anyone in the non-washcloth community that would like to come on the show to give further explanation as to how that came to be, we welcome you by all means. Bring your ass on and let us ask these questions.
Inquiry minds want to know.
I don't know if I want to know why you use one soap or baby.
Well, then you just won't be on that episode because I want to know.
I don't think she need to be because goodness, she ain't gonna let him live.
I don't.
I will say that I told you about my encounter with the kind of the non-washcloth using community, and I was really, really shocked when he showered at my house and he came out and his hair smelled like my Dove body wash. Oh, that's not what that's for, sir.
Oh,
that's not what that. Good, they wash everything.
That's not what that's for, sir.
Not at all.
They wash everything though. Like when they put that soap, when they squeeze that soap, it's going everywhere.
That it washes the body and the hair.
The hair too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the logic behind it though. Like just because I use Comet for my tub, that don't mean I gotta wash my body with it. Like just because it is a cleaner, that does not mean it is all purpose. It ain't all purpose. The Breadcrumb is not all-purpose cleaner.
Yeah, just because you clean the sink with it, don't mean you wash the dishes with it.
So if we're talking about cleaning, do y'all believe in 2-in-1s or do y'all use separate
No,
products for
baby,
your hair?
I do not believe in
Separate.
2-in-1s.
Separate.
As Black women, we
That
definitely
It's
don't.
a no,
shit
right?
don't work.
Okay,
That
That's
does
a no.
not work for us.
I got
Nah,
you.
we weren't raised that way, and I don't know too many Black women that have migrated in that direction.
Thank you. And I'll stand on it. If you using the 2-in-1 and you got black hair, it's crispy and it's dry, and you need to put something else on
it dries our hair
It's
out.
like so you saying it's like the rag is basically
It's
what you're
crispy.
saying.
Yep, it's stuck on that hook just like that rag. Your hair is stuck
Listen,
in that little ball.
hair be more stiff than them girls on Babs. It'll be real stiff and dry. Just
Got that little onion stem ponytail. That's why your hair won't grow because you're using the 2-in-1.
it just won't come back because you got the 2-in-1.
Switch it up.
So I was always the 2-in-1 person until I started growing locks, right?
Yeah, you can't be no 2-in-1.
And then I realized like how terrible I was taking care of my hair. So yeah, I had to wisen up with the conditioner. Activity.
Locks will humble you. Shout out to the lock community. All four of us having
salute.
locks.
All four of us.
Salute.
Mm-hmm.
Catch that.
I kind of miss my length, to be honest.
It'll come back.
Do you cut your hair?
Yeah, I mean it was like down to like here, and I like cut it to add like more locks like around the perimeter.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't want to put like store-bought hair in my head, so I cut mine to put my own hair back in my head.
I actually did some Insta locks about 2 years ago, and I've been maintaining them ever since. And when I tell y'all I did them things, because you can't even tell that it ain't hers, I did that.
That's good. I love it. Awesome. Well, this has been fun. So, Lequinn, go ahead and drop your social media so folks will know where to find you.
My social media, I'm really on Instagram. I'm kind of on Facebook, but mostly on Instagram. Stuzart is my Instagram, and my book Instagram is Breadcrumb the book.
Nice. And when is that book release date?
Valentine's Day, which is my birthday.
Sweet. Love
so
it.
you're dropping a book about love on the day of love.
On Love Day.
You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
I love that advertising. Come on now.
You see what I did there?
You're making it make sense. You're over here cooking and stuff. I love it.
That's what I did.
Well, it is your first time on our show, but definitely don't let it be your last time.
Yeah, for sure.
We definitely want to thank. Wasn't it though?
I was there. We enjoyed you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Definitely want to thank all of our Kindred Kinfolk listeners out there. Definitely tune in and stay up to date with Lequinn Capel and his book. Definitely check out Breadcrumb, The Lost Art of Romance. Be sure to tap into it. Be sure to keep that good spark in the romance alive. Until next time, it's your favorite cousin, Tiara D. We'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.